Hello, and welcome to the Rake. So yeah, just at this cafe. It's called the Shack. Pretty good cafe actually. As you can see, it's sort of got a picture of a is that a cassowary? I'm assuming that's a cassowary painting. It's pretty good. Got a cheese and tomato toasty. Got a hot chocolate. Now the reason I'm facing the camera is I found this game. It's called Basketball Tournament. Yeah, it's great. And yeah, you just kind of flick this thing, and you put the ball on this, on the tee, and you just flick it, and then sort of it's meant to hit the back, and then you get a basket. And I'm assuming you could sort of compete and who gets the most baskets. So we'll just sort of hit a little bit too hard, as you can see. I have hit a few baskets, so I've had a bit of practice, but yeah, it's got too much. I know. It's kind of, okay. It's actually on my first couple of attempts, I actually got the basket every time. So you just got to get the right feel to this game. We almost got it there. Yeah, so you don't want to flick it too hard. Maybe I'll give up. But anyway, you get the sort of the gist. So it's meant to sort of hit the back and then go in the basket. Great game, yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of very interesting to see the way it's kind of set up. And, you can I wouldn't say a big selection, but you can get a toasty. And it's just kind of in this kind of village. So before heading to the It's now raining.
4 seasons in one day.
And you can see just in this village before heading to the hotel. Might not be able to check until 2:00, and it's just started. Yeah, it's just started raining.
The rainy season is almost over.
Wouldn't say really heavy, but just a bit of a downfall. Another Greyhound bus has just arrived. So. And you can see, they've sort of got other games. So you just sort of, they've got kind of, Connect 4. I'll just bring that game back. So they've got the common Uno, Connect 4, chess. Now I was going to say, so I was in Townsville. When I was in Townsville, in fact, last night in Townsville, there was this bar, and it was kind of games. Like they had like arcade games, like pinball. They had sort of games with shooting sort of type games. Daytona. They had a couple of pool tables. They had I think it was an air hockey. So it's just basically, instead of having say gambling or poker machines, you basically have games. Much better concept. And everyone's really happy, and it's kind of a social environment. If so, I'm getting at. Whereas poker machine is not a social environment. People they go into clubs. They just play pokies, gambling, and it is just not social, and they're just losing just ridiculous amounts of money at the end of the day. Whereas you play games, could it sort of be addictive? I guess so, but even then, I mean. You're only talking a couple of dollars per game anyway. So, had a game of pinball, had a game of this, I don't know. Played this game in the US, it's like have to shoot the wild deer or something. I think it's a great concept. And so why don't they have this in Sydney? Why don't they have this at other places? I remember going to Toronto. Was it Toronto? Somewhere in Canada. And they argue that these arcade games is like a form of gambling because you want to keep playing more and more, and so you just pay per time, so you pay per hour. In fact, I think it was unlimited actually. You just pay whatever $10 or something, and you can just play unlimited amount of games. So I know you could just have that. You could introduce that sort of concept as well. And in some ways, that could actually be a win-win situation. Because people like me, obviously just going to play 2 games, But if it was sort of unlimited, I may play say $10, whereas another customer, yes, they could become a little bit addicted and spend more than the $10. And so, what is the, what is kind of the Nash? How much should you then be charging for the unlimited? So it works out. It's kind of a win-win, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? I thought it was great. Yeah. So yeah, the nightlife was pretty good in Townsville, and there was karaoke. Went to this karaoke. Went previously to a nightclub. Went to another a club, but there weren't any people there. On the Saturday night, it was, I think they had a DJ, so that's why there was a cover. So I went there last night. It wasn't many people, but it was a good kind of spot and good music playing. There just weren't many people. So Townsville is quite good for nightlife. Airlie Beach, very good. But Sydney is not great, and notice how all the clubs got closed down because of the change in legislation over the over the drinking laws, and they just they shut down. They had a lot of drinking violence caused from excessive drinking, and they just closed down pubs and clubs throughout Sydney, and in particular North Sydney. North Sydney used to be the hub for the North Shore for clubs, and it no longer exists. But there's no problem with clubs. And could you have nightclubs with, say, games? Could you, say, go into a nightclub and start playing Uno? I mean, I can't see why not. It's kind of interactive. It's social. Yes, dancing, but dancing is just hard work. I don't know. I think dancing is a waste of time. I mean, you just go and listen to the music, and you just kind of sort of socialise. I don't know. I think the concept could change, but yeah, definitely. In terms of clubs, in terms of typical sort of RSLs, get rid of the gambling, get rid of the poker machines, and replace them by games. Could you even have, say, contract bridge or something? Could you just set up clubs of people playing contract bridge, playing backgammon, playing chess? Interesting concept. I did think of the idea a while ago, but I saw it for the first time when I was in Townsville, and I think it's a winner. And for the very same reason is that people who don't want to play games at all, they don't want to play any poker machines at all, so they're not actually doing anything. And so if you had a system where they're paying whatever, $10, $20 or whatever, at least they're actually paying. And so you could actually, if you sort of mean, you could actually generate the traffic on the people that aren't playing, and could that counteract the somewhat problem gamblers who are spending a lot, and you end up with some sort of Nash as such. Could be interesting to kind of do some market research on this. Okay, that was the Barren Breaks, the Shack Espresso Bar, Mission Beach.